Hey, Kaiser Graham is going to help me walk us through a quick video on how to change our parameters in VTube Studio. It's a bit confusing writing it all down, so many maximums, minimums, figures, and numbers. So let's actually look at this on the screen together. We're in the parameter setting up here. I'm going to type in the parameter that I want to change, and that's going to just bring up on the list down here the only ones that are affected. The leans are particularly notorious because the iPhone does not calibrate your position on screen. You really can only change this in the input here. So right now I have my iPhone where it is when I normally stream, which is behind my keyboard, and it looks like I am leaning back constantly. We need to bring it in a little closer, and we're going to do that by changing the sensitivity of the camera inputs. Basically, we're redefining to VTube Studio what these positions actually look like, so it knows how to translate it to the character. Right now, I'm sitting neutrally and it is putting me at a full lean back. We can see that because this number here matches the minimum down here. So what I'm going to do is just lean back in real life. I'm going to tilt a bit and see over here, it is giving me a 3.9. It's giving me a 4, but I don't want to move too much in person, so I'm going to bring that down to a -3. And we have now told it that that is what fully leaning back means. Now when we do the lean forward like this, that's only, -0.3. There we go. Now we've got both inputs in. It's able to figure out a nice neutral baseline. When I sit normally, it brings me to 0. And that's literally it. That's all there is to it. You can spend all day trying to tweak the numbers to be more and less sensitive by just changing them randomly. Honestly, the easiest thing to do is just pull the expression or the pose that you want to do in person, and then tell the YouTube Studio that's what maximum means, that's what minimum means. So here, lean Y is physically moving up and down, which is like really awkward to do in person. When I do that, it's like barely even a 0.01. There we go, that's all the way up. And then when I crouch down, that's like a -1. So now I can bounce in my seat properly because we've tweaked the sensitivity. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen this movement on this model in so long. And finally, the side to side, we have, what am I moving to one side is about a 3. I am going to make this one slightly less sensitive than what I've put in. Since it was a 3, I'm going to bump it up to maybe a 5. Because I'll do it on the other side and you'll see, if I make this -3, when I go to move, see I'm kind of hitting a wall because it's slightly too sensitive. Bringing it up a little bit more and giving yourself room to move just kind of makes things a bit more fluid, and you know, it doesn't ruin any immersion when things freeze and break. There you have it. You're just basically checking your number on the right to see what's actually outputting. You're moving around in person, and reading this number here is telling you what the program's reading. And so then we just assign that number to whichever section we're testing, and everything's going to be nice and flowy. I have one other example. The eyebrows were giving me some trouble before, so I can make this real sensitive and make it nice and easy to pull this face. The inner up, I was trying to make a sad puppy face before and it wasn't working, and I'm straining my face in real life and it's barely even giving me a 0.3. So here we go. I'll change that one to 0.3. That's what the expression means. And now I can actually pull this little, this sad worried puppy dog eyebrow face. And if you find that it's triggering too easily, you can bring the number up, make the sensitivity slightly less intense. That's when you can start tweaking here. But for the most part, I just read what's here. It's given me a 0.4, so I'm going to call 0.4 the actual number. And then we can make the most of our model and actually get the expressions that we want to be making.